Okay then, let us continue. So, I tried to launch this war. It did not go well. I just played a couple minutes into it, but apparently our fleets suck for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, and they have extra discipline as well. And they have a fuck ton of prestige, which makes everyone really good on morale of navies. And what about them? Right. So, if we declare war, none of our allies will join, and Algiers will join, whereas... go away, Austria. Whereas the Crimeans will not. Okay, so, let's try this for one last time. And, just gonna go in there and spread out. This will be entirely a land war, which may be a mistake. I don't know, but we're gonna try it anyway, okay? There will be a lot of stuff. And yeah, sure, maintain diplomat. We have a reserve diplomat for the ending of wars in case we need it, so it's fine. Okay, so we're gonna want to... there goes our trade ship. And they're gonna be blockading the fuck out of us with their mega navy, which is somehow, even though I have far more galleys, still stronger than mine and smashes my ships into, well, kindling, essentially. Oh well. At the same time, they are gonna be having problems with the Mamluks, which should help. So select this army, don't attach, don't attach, don't attach, and sure as hell don't attach. And you are trying to land on Corfu. Let's try and send enough troops over there to actually prevent that bullshit. Because we don't want them causing trouble. Now they can't bring many troops over, at least they can't bring troops over quickly, so it should be fine. And I'm not sure how much we might be able to gain here, but... ah, god damn it. But we should be able to gain at least, say, 2 or 3 provinces, right? Which should be enough to make a difference. At the very least, we can take the coastline and connect some things up. This should be a smash, right? Right, of course it is. Okay, you go to Thessaly. Okay, and you and half of you go to Edirne to take their capital. Okay, that's good. Yeah, clear that we have to fight this as a land war, and apparently we are gonna go into further depth. Oh well, it can't really be helped, can it? And you will have to just sit there and wait for things to happen, won't you? Yeah, unfortunately I don't have enough fleets to really make things happen. The Ottomans are not so high on war enthusiasm. Algiers, though, they're like, yeah, baby, let's go for it. Apparently they enjoy the evening's festivities, which is fine. They can do that if they wish. It's fine, I don't mind. I could siege that. Now, ideally, I want all of my Greek cores, except Edirne, because I won't be able to take that, but all of my Greek cores, and possibly freeing Bulgaria if we get really lucky. The fuck are you landing? There, in Athens, no less. Let's go there and see about countering. So that's 5 transports. That's enough crap to make things annoying. Oh, you fuckers. Really? We're gonna have to go and smoke them out, won't we? Yeah, we pretty much will have to. Let's bring the Emperor over. We're gonna need a leader to deal with that bullshit. What's their tech level, I wonder? I mean, they're Muslim, not Eastern, so yep, they're still on 3, so this should be relatively easy. You know, actually, Algiers landing a fuck ton of troops will not be a catastrophe. And meanwhile, the Mamluks are actually losing against the Ottomans rather heavily, but still. Okay, so minus 35% on the war goal, unfortunately. How about that? Oh, 2 points of siege, nice. Yeah, we'll send him to help with that, actually. In a bit. Not right now, though. Because we do need to handle this, and this is plains, grassland, and desert, so no difficult terrain. There might be a crossing involved, though, which is less good, but our tactics advantage... Oh, no crossing. Okay, in that case we can just smash them, which gives us war score, which is good. Okay, so we'll take one of you and ride over there to help with that, and you, my dear, with your troops will be right here looking for more crap to counter. And they have altogether too many troops for my liking in Izmit. They are sitting right there with their trade fleets. Bit of dividing and conquering against their fleets would be good if I could pull that off. But apparently my fleets are not as strong as I thought they were. Unfortunately. Yep, this is an avoidable war against the Ottomans. If we win this, which we should, I think, win. If we win this, this will allow us to become a real boy. And by that I mean a real country. Okay, you're coming to play. So detach enough units for siege and let's move to counter that. Still on tech level 4, so we're fine there. Okay. And you're gonna move on the capital. Or not. Let's see about, well, doing something about you, shall we? Okay, yep, you're moving on there, that's fine. Should be able to arrive in time before everything goes to total hell. 20th of June, monastery is taken, good! Good, we're gonna hold at Edern, good. Okay, Burgas, send a couple of troops there. The Algerians have apparently landed some more troops, but that is not a big problem. They're still technically winning. Because they're blockading shit which they shouldn't be blockading. Yeah, those fleets are not doing as well. Okay, Albania is ours, so now we should start accruing positive war score. Which is good. I want Epirus to fall ASAP. This would be what I would really want, right? At that point I would just be willing to peace out and just go home without any hard feelings, right? These four. Thessaly, Monastir, Albania and Epirus. I take those four and I'm in really good shape, right? I've essentially gone a very long way towards fixing my whole empire, in fact. Which is, you know, a good thing, obviously. That has not fallen yet, unfortunately. But it should be getting closer to that. Our manpower is still fine. Let's take a look at the Ottomans, in fact. How much have they got? Ottomans. 22,000 troops and 1,600 manpower. In short, they're low. They are tired and they are fighting the Mamluks, which will hurt them and weaken them. I would really like to do something about this. Algiers has a bit of war exhaustion because of some of the ship troops I've killed, but they're not at war with anyone except me. Which means that they will not be too eager to end this battle. Okay, so next stop for the air is at Adern to siege out the Ottoman's capital. Yeah, and you know, once I take some of their holdings, it will also be harder for them to... In fact, given a choice, I'd rather take Macedonia than Monastir, because it will decrease their naval force limit and increase mine. If I can dominate the seas, it will go a long ways towards, you know, beating them. And just forcing a surrender. Okay, the air. Goeth here. You goeth to Achaea. Okay, never mind, goeth here. We'll leave there to siege and then we'll move on the Algerian troops that are currently... Never mind, we're gonna move on them. In fact, we're gonna join everyone together and we're gonna go against them right now. Okay, now the important thing is to know when they're willing to take a white peace. They're almost to the point where they would be willing to go home with a concession of defeat on my part, as in me saying I lost and just leaving it at that, right? Which is good, since it would make... If I can, you know, end the war without losing anything substantial, that's obviously a very good thing for me. Because, you know, it makes my... Where are you going? Izmit, we have to chase, but we cannot. Okay, fair enough. It's still a win. It's still a win. If I can get Algiers out of this war, then I might be able to risk a naval engagement without being completely fucked. I'll choose an idea group later. Okay, goeth with this and goeth thereth. And joineth there. There we go, that'll be better. Okay, those are... Yeah, as long as they don't siege any of mine and I can siege their crap with impunity. There we go, Thessaly. Which means that you too can go and be a real boy. As in join in the fight. Yeah, I can just siege all of Bulgaria and Greece with... Oh. Apparently the Ottomans want to come and play, and their level is at 5. What about you? 3, 3... Damn it! This is really bad now. Suddenly this is not at all what I would like it to be. Not willing to take a white piece, they would take a concession of defeat. Did you go out of your war with the... Yep, looks like. But it also looks like they're rather willing to spread out. So let's see. Algiers, what about you? Are you willing to consider some things? No? No, that's fine. I really think we just need to hoof it from Burgas and by Yay Northern. No, gods damn it, like this to Zeta, then Albania, Epirus, Achaea. We can join there and then we'll... And here, just come here. Yes, join my troops, it'll be fine. Come on. Yes, yes, yes. They have almost sieged Macedonia. They're not gonna want to give that up. Okay, but Algiers is weak, so we can smash their army rather easily. Right? Which is good, since it will make things, well, good for us. Okay, and we are right there. And they're actually gonna come in on a bad defense. Oh, and level 5 does not give a tactics advantage. We might not be as screwed as I had feared. We might not be as screwed as I had feared. Oh, holy crap, we're so fucked. 15,000 Ottomans. We might have to take that almost white piece. Maybe. Come on, quickly smash them. Good. Okay, so troop amounts. Not as good as I might like, but not as bad as I might fear. But that is not good. That is not good at all. We are on a really bad position. We're gonna rip them up, but I think we need to retreat out of there. Come on. Okay, there we go. Just go to Serbia or to... Vlad II Draculesti of Wallachia has died. Our royal marriage is over. Wonderful. They would take a concession of defeat. They would take a concession of defeat, which is damn good of them. Royal marriage with Wallachia. Do I want one? Do you have any other allies? You don't. Might want to screw them over actually at some point. And you know, just screw them over. Essentially. I'm gonna sit in my territory for a little bit and gather my strength. preparing for a, you know, another... Okay, so that's done. Yeah, we want to recover our morale and be ready to, well, attack yay again. Or be attacked yay again. In fact, something I would... Oh, you dicks! They've locked me in. Let's... Suppose it's time we tried this. Come on. They have so much bloody morale. It's not gonna go very well, is it? Yeah. Fuck! Freaking bullshit. God damn it. Okay, now I should be able to march across. Okay, good. Need to get over there and prevent them from screwing with Constantinople, because that would be a really bad thing. Also, smashing the Algerian forces there would be good. I don't think we're done yet, right? We're not screwed yet. We're kind of screwed-ish, but we're not screwed per se. That's a lot of oh, that's a lot of troops in general, but still, some of them are crappy ones. And they're actually assaulting down, which is fine by me, actually. The Ottomans, they have very little manpower, so which is why their troops are not reinforcing as quickly as ours, though, mind you, we are rather... Okay. Okay, just march out of there so that I can actually strike into Eden. Old ways, we need every bit of money we have, and you, marcheth on that, no? Nope, we don't want to attack into that. So what do we want to do here? Do we want to just give up? Don't really want to give up either, because we can still freaking win this, right? I mean, Thessaly has a really small garrison, so we can just retake that. And really, the thing is, I do want to win. Do want to get at least something out of this, you know? If not a lot, then something. At least something. And we lost a lot of morale. Let's just march into our own territory and recover some of that. Okay, there we go. Morale back up, and let's go looking for, well, kills, I suppose. If we could defeat that big stack, that would go a long way towards fixing a lot of unfortunate things, and we have lost the Siege of Eden, unfortunately. Crap, they did not get a debuff on that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can't win it. So, you got me, okay? There we go, you got me. You got me fair and square, you bastard. Shit. And you freaking suck, ships. You just suck. Okay, so we tried that once, and it didn't work. Let's remove you from Austria and proceed to annex some of these guys, because them dicking around who knows where for who knows what reason certainly didn't help our situation either. At least now we have a good military points leader, so that will certainly help. But these ships, how the fuck are the Ottomans so bloody strong? They took naval ideas, that's how. Took naval ideas. What's the first one? What's the first naval idea? Morale of navies plus 25%. No wonder they're so moraleful. Okay. Do I want to betray Wallachia? I think I might. At some point, anyway. Okay, what would it take to declare war on them? They haven't really done anything to, you know, ask for it. And I have a free slot. Let's rival them and see if I can get them to declare a trade embargo on me. If they did that, then I would have an excuse for taking them over, and that would give me another strong helper in the form of Croatia and give me more land, which would also be rather good. Of course, I'm not really in much of a position to fight a war right now due to my, well, forces being rather shredded. I'm actually going to consolidate those to make things a little bit easier there. But then again, I might be able to think of something. It might be doable. And now they're threatened, influenced. They would not accept vassalization because my tax base is just not big enough for their liking. Okay, so what about that? Maybe I should be building trade ships instead and just sucking the money out of the trade node. Unless I go naval ideas, I can't match the Ottoman strength there. So, and they do have ships patrolling. Well, for one thing, I did take a bunch of loans there, so I should start repaying some of those. And good thing I had that inflation guy, since my inflation hasn't risen that much, even though. And that's the thing, I can't decide whether I want to go diplomatic, which would be certainly useful in the long term, or naval, which might be a lot more useful in the short term. I'm leaning towards diplomatic because I might be able to smash the Ottomans anyway with these territories joined to me. But, sort of. They have not rivaled me. Apparently they do not fear me as they should. The little shits. Okay, important question. Do I have a Diplorep guy which I could use? Apparently not. Now the Ottomans will hate my guts because I actually dared to declare war on them and try to go for the throat. Which unfortunately did not work. Yes, I would have had a better luck in a defensive war, I think. Because, well, obvious reasons, really. I would have had Wallachia and Austria on my side on top of my forces, and that would have helped a lot. And that's the thing, they can't really attack us, I think. We're too well, set up, but they can certainly defend themselves, which essentially makes for a stalemate. It is really bad, because neither side can gain advantage. And that kind of fucks with our ability to retake Greece and start gaining ground against these bastards. I will be able to control a large chunk of, Ragusa node. In fact, once I take Greece and annex Athens, I will control pretty much all of it, except for a few holdings in Hungary, which I might attack for. Are there any cores here which I could take advantage of, perhaps? No, those are just plain Hungarian lands. So it'd have to be a straight-up attack. Perhaps that's the best answer. To leave the Ottomans be for now and strike later. Yes, I have more than 100 years to take, depending on which core, I suppose, but I still have plenty of time to make this happen, I suppose. Okay, Bulgaria and Byzantium. Okay. Revolt risk. You are suppressing it with harsh treatment, so that's fine. Okay, Athens. Right. You are in a bad way, I suppose. And since I am trying to expand and gain more vassals and the like, I will go with Diplo ideas. It will give me relations, and it will give me reputation eventually. It will give me a new diplomat pretty soon, which is by itself a useful thing. And just repaying loans. Okay, sure, this is a distant war, but I'm fine with technically being part of it, I suppose. Sure, I'm willing to take a bit of inflation in exchange for some points. Why not? Oh, and I'm at 0 stability, silly me. And yeah, that is actually increasing rather slowly because my guy does suck at these. But taking military ideas really isn't an option because I need to keep up with tech. Because, you know, various reasons. And look at that supply limit boost, that will be extremely useful. And Austria has once again been elected the emperor. However did that happen? I am so surprised. So strange. Really. And we're in a war together, so that makes everyone happier. Anyway. If not, you know, outright happy. Okay, so in war together is plus 25. I suppose I should keep doing this bit by tiny bit. And actually I have two leaders, both of who suck, but I guess I'll keep this one. After I'm done repaying the loans, I'll start building some trade ships. Apparently the Ottomans decided to be good at navy rather than bad at navy during this. Their prestige and their naval ideas are really a bad thing for me. It will make it difficult to meet them at sea, so we have to meet them with numbers and clever positioning. So essentially these galleys are for the most part useless now, because that part of the plan just plain fell through. How much am I spending on maintaining them? Not too much, or else I would ditch them entirely. Although it is a shame and they might yet be useful against some other foe, so I'm gonna keep them. It's just, you know, they may yet be useful against another foe, even though they're not gonna be useful against the Ottomans. Now, who's fighting who? And I would bet that our side is gonna win, cause 3-to-1 odds. Even without us, that's at least 2-to-1, right? And you're Baden. You're the bastard that's causing trouble. Badenese reconquest of Alsace. I think they might have made a mistake in declaring that war. What with Austria, you know, joining in, and Corfu and Cyprus have revolt risk. I don't like that very much. Okay, there we go. There's my extra Diplo. And start working on Bosnia as well. These are both Orthodox, so I won't have to convert the provinces, which is rather nice. Except for this one, which is actually being a bitch. Oh, I can repay that loan. Sure, we'll go for that. Why not? Okay, and that is all proceeding. I'm willing to annex two vassals at the same time. Probably those will be Athens and Serbia, although if I could I would of course go for Bosnia first, because then I would have a border with Croatia and I would be able to go and screw them. Apparently there's a thing going on here, where our allies are in fact screwing over Yay. Yay Baden for their arrogance in daring to dick with things. And Burgundy is, of course, Burgundy is in fact getting screwed. They're gonna get bent over hard. Hardly any question about that. And you are allied with Burgundy and Ulm. Well, yeah, you screwed your ally over. That's certainly a thing. Standardized pikes, a little more to go. Okay. I could probably I could start annexing Athens, but for that I need this war to be over. And there we go. Pile on? No? Why aren't you piling on? That would be the engagement you would... Oh, apparently we're gonna pile on there. Frankly, I'm not gonna even think about doing anything about this because... fuck them. I mean, I'm gonna stay in the war, but I'm not gonna actually get more of my troops slaughtered, because I do need to recover from that not so good war against the Ottomans. I tried to bend them over fast and hard and it didn't work, and I got singed in the process. The war with the Mamluks did not last as long as I had hoped, and they were a bit stronger than I would like. So, we'll just have to try another time, I suppose. Taking these two at least would have been nice. Get me a land connection there. It would have been really nice. Fortunately, that's, again, not so much. Okay, and Austria is fighting at a debuff, but they are fighting and they might yet win. Because it does look rather close, and the Palatinate is sending more troops. Will they be in time? Will they even be needed? Oh! Austria won! Good! And Burgundy is getting so screwed up in the north. In fact, they're down to 12,000 troops. Luckily, none of the dead are mine. Because that would be a bad thing, and I don't want my people to die. Tuscany. Tuscany, Tuscany, Tuscany. Would I perhaps want to ally you? Ooh, Naples hates me. Yeah, but Tuscany could be a good ally at some point. What is England doing in the papacy? Because the papacy at war with England and Portugal, and you are at war with... Ah, you're defending against France. You got called in by France. Well, sucks to be you. Sucks to be you. Now then. For other places I might or might not be able to reclaim. Trebizond. Actually... No, I can't afford a war right now. Let's not be greedy, okay? That's stupid. Going for anyone's throat right now is a bad idea. I need to digest the things I have already gained. Right? That will benefit me far more than any new wars, especially since I'm already over my Diplo limit anyway. Yeah, and Wallachia is strong, so it's better to keep them as an ally for now rather than crushing them. If they were weak, then it might be more useful to do it that way, but they're not. So we shouldn't. Serbian troops, they have, what, 4,000 troops in total? Suppose that's something. And we can, I think, repay another loan. There we go. Another loan repaid. Right, okay, there we go. There we go. We actually have a bit of army tradition now. 35. It's not... I mean, it's not amazing, but it's okay. It's something. Which is more than we had at the start, obviously, since we started with pretty much none. Okay, almost at the next level of military tech, which will also, of course, help. 692, okay, good. Because it will give us better infantry. It does... Level 5 does improve your actual troops, even if it does not improve your tactics. In fact, I would feel a lot more secure if my actual troops were actually over that way, so let's bring them over. So, okay, so my next conquest will involve Croatia and Wallachia and possibly parts of Hungary at some point. Do I want to? I suppose so. I'm not gonna be going to... I've essentially just committed to not going to war with them until I hit my next ruler, essentially. And I'm fine with that. That's fine, legit. So, Bohemia. Bohemia does not have an heir. Oh, there is an heir, it's just not a good heir. Or rather, not an heir with a good claim. Okay, Eastern Militia, which is supposedly better. Let's bring more troops over, shall we? Just so that they're not easily smashable by a mega death stack from the Ottomans. Okay, so... Come on, Austria. Okay, that's 100%. Now end the war, please. Come on. Are you really gonna just... Come on. You won. You're... Okay, Baden will cede Constance to Austria. Baden will release Luxembourg and Brabant as sovereign states. Oh, that's up in the north for Burgundy. Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine and legit. They should trust me slightly more, because I did join in, I suppose. Well, maybe a tiny bit. Okay, in any case, stop relation improvement, and we'll start the annexation process the moment the diplomat gets back. There we go, it's gonna be nice and long. And we need to do a few more months of this in order to make that happen. Still, that's fine. That's fine. Still no Diplo guy. But some of these advisors should die at some point, so we should be able to... We might be able to get a Diplo guy soon. And you want a royal marriage. We're actually gonna accept that. Being close friends with Austria is hardly gonna hurt us. In fact, it'll benefit us a great deal. Now, if we were allies with, say, a naval power like, yay, Byzantium... sorry, not Byzantium, Venice. They hate me, because I'm Byzantium and I'm screwing them over, but, you know, you'll have to do. Yes, the nationalism is gonna last for a while longer, but not much that can be helped with that, unfortunately. It will just have to do. And you are... yay, annexing, and you will start annexing really soon. Come on. Come on. So this is all the world we can see. Sweden is still in the Union, so is Norway, so is Denmark, and they're already annexing Norway, so it looks like it's gonna be a Mega Denmark game, unfortunately. And England, how are you doing? France and lots of other things. What's your mission? Recover Normandy. Oh, they've decided to go back in there. That's not good. You vassalize Navarre, you are still free and fighting England, Portugal, and we are just a few reddish spots on the map, dirting up the precious, pure image. We are a nobody, and we will continue to be a nobody until we annex a whole lot of stuff in Europe, or until we beat the Ottomans out of Greece. Because everyone knows that Greece should be ours. Is there anything I can do to... Oh, I'm not royally married to them. But at this point it's easier to just keep... fact... recall you from Bosnia. We're gonna send them to annex, and that way we can save a tiny bit of time there. Sort of. Come on. Next month. Next month. And the Ottomans are threatening our trade. That's deeply uncool of them, I would say. He might just have to do something about that. But okay, there we go. Annexing. Proving relations, sure. So what's our rivals? I don't want to be enemies with... yay... Poland anymore. And we're gonna embargo, yay, Ottomans, because they're stinky and we don't like them very much in our provinces. There we go. There we go. Now, unfortunately, while we did manage to establish ourselves, the operation Remove Kebab from Greece did not succeed. So next time we'll have to see about further expanding our power in Europe in preparation for the next war, which we'll try harder not to fail. We will return for Greece, but first we shall make ourselves a strong power in this area, near Hungary. Anyway, if you feel like I've earned a like, make sure to leave one. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time when we do the Byzantium thingy. I haven't really thought of a snappy name for the series yet. I might yet think of one, or it might just be Europe Universalis Byzantium. Yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys next time, so see you then.